One love, Delta9 travelers. Welcome in to the International Digital Connection. Thanks for being a part of this. We got so many headlines for us to jump into, so many things for me to highlight right here about what's going on with this MV Barima. Listen, at this point, we can conclude that it is one of the worst tragedies in the history of our country. Welcome into this live presentation. Now, as we are boarding on your way in Delta9 travelers, it truly costs you nothing to hit that thumbs up button and help persons to be able to see all of what's going on with the updates, hearing directly from survivors and family members, loved ones of those that would have transcended, hearing directly from heads of states and head persons in the political space, right thinking Guyanese as well. Great conversation right here in this international digital connection. So many things that we will be highlighting in this one. I want to say big up to all of the travelers who are a part of the live from the early. Listen, we got so many headlines that we will be getting into in this one, right? Let me see who is in the live with us. Let me see who is in the live with us right now. Rasta Empress, welcome in to this international connection. I'm telling you, where you tuned in from right now, Delta9 travelers? Drop it into the comment section. I'm coming to you live from the sunny Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Beautiful summer day today. Welcome into the live, Delta9 travelers. Before we even jump into the headlines, I want to say a condolences to all the loved ones and the family members of those that would have lost their loved ones in this tragedy, and rising power to our everlasting energy that would have transcended. Big up to everybody that's a part of this presentation. I see we got insightful moderation already in. Ashmini, thanks for tuning in. Ashmini is saying, what I see is a set of people trying to make things difficult. I'm telling you, there's a lot of that going on, and we're going to be getting into those headlines right here on this presentation. We're going to get a chance to see exactly what's going on and, analyze it from a real place. Seems like we are ready. We got a couple of persons calling in. We'll take calls in a couple of minutes. I'm definitely going to put it up. Bobby, big up yourself. Bobby saying good evening to the entire Delta9. Big up yourself, King. Thanks for tuning in and being a part of this presentation. Right? Who else is live with us? Junia. Thanks for being a part of this live presentation, Junia. Junia is saying good night to the Delta9 family, all the travelers with us. Big up yourself, Junia. Thanks for tuning in. And the first person that was a part of the presentation, Civic. Stephanie, thanks for being a part of this live presentation. Now, we're going to hear directly from the persons affected. Why is important to hear directly from the persons affected, Delta9 travelers? Because they are the ones that are going to be mostly affected in this, even though extensively, all of us will feel the impact of losing 100 or more of our brothers and sisters in this manner, just like that. Plus, a lot of them were youth, a lot of them were young children. and they're still discovering persons even as we speak right now, floating up. Even, yeah, listen, we're going to get into the conversation. We're going to get a chance to see what the leader of the opposition and other persons are highlighting. But right now, welcome into this presentation. Thumbs up the live. Let's hear directly from persons on the ground that are directly affected, the survivors, or their family and loved ones. Important that we hear these direct stories.
My mother was going to my Barima with 8 kids. 7 is she grandkids, 1 is she niece. 2 of the grandkids was my babies, a 2-year-old and 8-year-old. The 2-year-old is Vince Wong and the 8-year-old is Akila Rodriguez. I got one surviving, my son, 11 years old, Rinaldo Rodriguez. And I know my son said, Mommy, when the boat sink, cargo, the box and fall from my system. If he can't get show to me, my baby, and my 2 baby pin in the boat. Just asking if they could get divers to go down. I know my baby pin in the boat because if time pass, the baby might rotten. Me go identify him. And I know if I see my daughter with clothes she got on a lavabo suit. My daughter fair in complexion, she fat. And my 2 nieces, my big sister daughter, Viviana Azruddin also. Out of the 8, 4 survived. My 4 missing. And Rubina Hernandez is the 7 years old. My mother was going to my Barima with 8 kids. 7 is she grandkids, 1 is she niece. 2 of the grandkids was my babies, a 2-year-old and 8.
Listen, a rough situation for this family right now. We definitely want to send them all the energy to be able to muster and move forward because life sometimes throw us all kind of challenges, right? And listen, condolences, condolences. And let's hope that situations like this are prevented. Let's hope that things are put in place. Let's hope that after seeing what's going on right here, the corruption ease and persons start to realize that your actions got repercussions, right? 87 years old. We got to keep emphasizing that so that persons that are international that tune into these presentations can understand what's really going on in one of the wealthiest nations in the world, so called, because it's still running an 87-year-old vessel in its domestic waters, right? Causing casualties that we can clearly see. We're still tallying up. Persons still don't know how many persons are actually gone because of this. I'm telling you. Let's hear directly from Honorable MP Mai Paul and some more persons directly affected by what would have transpired.
Mr. Neil Kurt, who was the canteen operator for the MV Barima. And I'm seated next to his beloved wife, Diane Kurt. Everybody knows her as Auntie Diane. And everybody who was saved from the crew, they know her very well. She wants to tell you her story. She wants to tell you about the MV Barima. She wants to tell you what she knows, first-hand knowledge. We're here at her request to hear her story because she's very hurt. She's hurt because moments ago, Neil's body was found along with his brother. And it is extremely sad, extremely, extremely sad. She's surrounded by family, friends, and loved ones, but she still wants to speak to you, the public, for you to hear her story. Let me give you a little background. Auntie Diane would always go and assist her husband, who has been operating the canteen for decades, close to 20 or just over 20 years, because his daughter was very small before she even wrote the common entrance exam, and she's now 28. That's how long he has been working on that boat. And the boat is not a boat that was not known for many complications and difficulties. In fact, I will let Auntie Diane tell you, because it's her desire to do so, about that boat. First of all, I want to express sincerest condolences to her daughter, and he has a son also that is in his 30s, his immediate family, his brother's immediate family, the entire family. This is a tragic, tragic, tragic situation.
We would have shared this yesterday. So condolences to you, bro, because we're gonna hear the conversation about how everything would have went down with your brothers and you're out here yesterday and days before looking. And this is what you had to say, just for a refresher, for those who might not remember. These two stories right here connect, and we definitely want to send this family condolences. Mm, mm, hmm. Well, guess what? There were updates coming in from other family members about these brothers, and MP Mai Paul was there sitting with them, and these were some of the details that they had about the MV Barima. Let's hear these troubling but very important details that all Guyanese need to analyze so that we could realize what is really going on in our country. Let's hear. Mm, Quick song check, Delta 9 travelers. Can you hear Ganesh and the family members clearly in the video that's being played? Quick song check, Delta 9 travelers. Quick song check, so we make sure that everything is audible and the way that it should be for this very important presentation coming directly from those affected now. Can you hear me, and can you hear me? Greetings, you're on to Delta 9 Media Live. Hello?
Yeah, 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 Delta 9,
Yeah,
yeah, we're not hearing this song. This is Ruth and thing. We're not hearing this song
from the video or from me?
from the video.
Okay, all right, good. Thank you very much, Ruth. All right, you see, big up yourself to all the moderators watching the live and helping so that I could come through in the way that I should with this presentation, right? Well, guess what? It's good when you get a turbo.
Sleepy is the only diaper brand in Guyana with such a wide range to choose from. We cater to all babies, from newborns all the way to stage 7. Our collection includes Sleepy New, Sleepy Sensitive, Sleepy Natural and Organic, Sleepy Night, and don't forget our fashion jeans. Most of all, they're available in both paste and pull-up styles. Sleepy, Guyana's #1 selling baby diaper, available at stores nationwide.
And just like that, we are back on the international digital connection, right? Let's hear some more of what's being presented right here. And then drop a 9 in the comment section for me. Let me know that I'm coming through clearly, Delta 9 travelers.
And I'm going to start from when the boat last came from Port Kaituma. When the boat last came from Port Kaituma, you were telling me that the third engineer told you something. What did the third engineer tell you?
The third engineer told me, Auntie Diane, we only come back with one engine we come down with. And the other engine have to be fixed. So we might take a little while before we go back. Because now me them say, you're going to get to spend time with your husband. So I said, all right. Next thing you know, normally they call my husband and then tell him the boat have to go back about a week after. The boat have to go back normally, and then he start get himself together, go and buy things to put in the canteen. You start doing that from since Monday. You do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You go and buy drinks and everything, pack freezer and everything. So,
And you just help him?
yes, I just go and help him. Sometimes I go and I help him pack the freezer, pack the things up on the shelf, the biscuit and so on. Because it's not a big place. It's a tiny place. It's the canteen, the stove, and everything have to be there. Sometimes he come home, he get born. Sometimes he's got born out on his belly, water, I'll pitch funny, get born. So the Friday now, it have the second engineer. The second engineer come to me and he said, Auntie Diane, the boat still have the problem. We still got this one engine. We can't go back with this one engine. I tell them that we fix it.
Somebody turn and tell he know his job. So he said he stay out. And
the boat was not overloaded by passengers or by cargo.
Said the boat going
there was no engine problem or any mechanical problem. Even the survivors who made videos from the hospital, they're telling you what happened. And it had nothing to do with overload and boat taken in water. It had to do with the tide. Please be advised that the MV Barima is licensed to carry 284 tons of cargo. The cargo manifest shows that we had 268 tons, way below the cargo load. Secondly, the MV Barima is licensed to carry 397 passengers, and we only had 116 passengers on board. The misinformation.
When is enough enough, right? We're hearing directly now from the family members. So we're getting details that we wouldn't normally get, right? Insights that we wouldn't normally get, Delta9 travelers, right? Thinking persons all over the globe, persons that are here with us for the first time. You're hearing what one person is saying, a person that might not know what's going on right here. But guess what? Here with the woman, I'm telling you. Big up yourself again, Delta9 travelers. I'm telling you, this situation right here got so much things that we got to make sure that we keep on the front burner, because guess what? They were glad to brush this under the rug, you know. Listen to what's being said right here, because again, this is what persons are saying and trying to convince us of. Greetings, you're on to Delta9 Media Live. What's going on, bro?
Yeah, bro. Blessing of your brother, blessing of
every single time, man. Same to you and yours.
Condolence on my heart goes out to the whole of Guyana.
I'm
telling you. And only one party seeing that this thing is it's a government thing alone, you know. Only the government capable of doing this, and only the government capable of doing that. And that is so sad. This is a national, because a national event they take it turn out to be. You understand?
Yeah,
this is not
tragedy. A terrible tragedy.
National tragedy. And you playing government politics with this thing. You know what I mean? So shame, my brother.
Yeah.
Now the Prime Minister keeping a press conference. He can't even hold a conference, bro. People have been saying in the and telling me what and so the diver saw one body and you know they could retrieve it. Tomorrow they're gonna send down both divers.
It's nothing funny, you know. It's nothing funny, you know, bro. Because when we think about this thing,
the funniest thing about this, brother, they are not on the ground where this incident. They call it an incident. And they're so funny. They call it an incident. This tragedy takes place. They're not directly on the ground. But the people that moved on the ground, giving information, and then they wander.
I'm telling you.
And it's so funny.
And locking up people and all kind of thing. We can get into the, locking up people and all kind of thing. Delaying persons from doing what they could do to help. Allegedly, and all kind of thing, you know? It's crazy.
Now here again, he bring out things just now. He just said that once you retrieve a body, you will take it to the Coast Guard.
Yeah.
Now Mohamed say they said don't touch the body. Wait until the Coast Guard arrives to retrieve the body. These two different conflicts. Mohamed is waiting on them 3 hours now to retrieve a body.
Yep.
What they surround it.
Yep.
Government is,
cold.
Sleeping, the name of Momo. I believe that they pass them not all Guyanese. And not the people who went to the boat. Are they listening, my brother?
Big up yourself, King. Thanks for calling in. I'm telling you, persons are analyzing it, you know. And we calling a spade a spade. This thing got nothing to do with which political party and this and that. None of that. None of that. It's about humanity. It's about the fact that, listen, right now, they got more than 200 families mourning. There's an entire 3 days set up to honor what's going on right here so we could stand in solidarity with our brothers and sisters, right? Because this one right here is going to go down in the record as one of the worst tragedies in the history of our country. And we're going to make sure that we highlight the real situation so persons can understand what really took place. It's only right. I'm at your service. Greetings, you're on to Delta9 Media Live.
Greetings, Delta.
We're going on, okay?
Welcome.
Same to you, same to you. Every time.
Yeah, man. You know what the problem they have now, right? As day goes by, some of these bodies don't disappear. They can't find them because they see monster, they scavengers, they see them start tearing these things apart.
Shrimp feast, buddy. Shrimp is going, you know, it's going to be a feast.
Yes, it's done much. It's done start already. You see? Now, with this thing they're saying it's not a political thing. But they are making it political when they look what is guy named?
When you say it's not a political thing, what do you mean? What do you mean, really? When you said they saying
it's not a political thing, but they are making it a political thing.
Well, politicians are the ones that we're addressing because last that I checked, those are the ones that control policies and those are the ones that call the shots when certain things got to be implemented. I can play a piece of video so persons can understand just how political this thing is. You can't make it not political. It is political. Because one second.
Look, the
Yeah.
Duncan,
Yeah.
with a certain area, the telling move and he was using his drone.
Yeah. And we're gonna play that piece of video so persons can see. We're gonna play that video.
Opposition party, them or them. Them is who making it and they saying it's not what it is. But
as far as I see,
that's what it is. In you book that you feel these guys come out and helping and doing what they got to do, and you know, we and all that. It's like they're taking this spotlight from you guys.
Yeah.
This way, you know, you guys looking like if this happen and go on.
But this thing can be a spotlight thing. I don't think that persons are going out there for no spotlight. I think that as we look at this situation, right? Yeah.
I'm saying how they are thinking.
Yeah, because remember now, it's about humanity, bro. Let me think about it. You're talking about 100 plus because remember, we're going to get back into what MP Mahipa was highlighting about people pulling up to the boat with speedboats. So you really don't know what was on the manifest. You really don't know how many persons are actually casualties at this point. And we just talk about the fact. You're talking about tropical waters. You're talking about a whole lot of different creatures that might be feasting. Yeah. And persons might still be trapped in the vessel. A lot of persons, right?
And the longer they done, they become tender to the monster. Scavenger.
Yes.
So the body gets tender, the scavenger is easy to rip them apart.
Yes, and that was one of the things that was being highlighted by persons that were out there actually trying to rescue and trying to find and, you know, retrieve as many persons as they can that would have transcended. Because they're saying, listen, for the amount of time that some of these persons would have died, their bodies are starting to, you know, advance decomposure because of the exposure to all of that.
Especially the young people who are the skin are not that yet.
Yeah, and
the
it's
babies
small.
and them.
Yes.
And this takes me back to a situation like 9/11.
Mm-hmm.
You see? 9/11, bro.
Yeah.
Where when 9/11 went down, the body they gave a concrete what they have, but there were homeless people and things that lived in the World Trade Center station that wasn't counted. It goes, I'm using that as a metaphor. These are they would never know how much people, because those who was not documented.
Yes.
Until these monsters and them up, then there are losses that cannot recover.
Yes.
Those are bodies cannot be counted for.
Yes, and then this was confirmed that something like this could happen, because as of now we would have gotten 3 different numbers, and every time the numbers updated it gets larger, because I remember first we were hearing 116 and 17, and then we heard that no, we found a number of persons that weren't even on the manifest, so now we got to up the number. So there's a lot. There's a lot going on. I'm telling you. Big up yourself, King. Thanks for calling in.
All right.
Yeah, man. So much going on with these headlines. Let's hear some more so we could understand the details, And for those who might have forgotten, hi, Sen. Greetings and welcome into the live. Big up to every single person. Right now, Hi, Sen is bigging up the entire Delta9 and the crew, right? All the listeners. Thanks for tuning in, Hi, Sen. And plus, thanks for being a channel member right here at Delta9 Media. You can become a channel member as well. There is the barcode up on the screen. Scan that and you'll be able to navigate to the page. Become a channel member. Support independent media. Support Delta9 Media. Let's see what the poll is saying so far for today. Do you believe the survivors' accounts expose systematic cover-ups in the ferry tragedy? Yes, total lack of safety. No, government is doing a great job. Both sides are politicizing it. 0% is saying both sides are politicizing it. So I guess that persons are beginning to see that there are some genuine people out there that are just trying to do as much as they can to assist with this, because we don't have the resources locally to deal with this tragedy at this magnitude. Can you imagine 100+ persons that are still, right? More than likely, it's hard to even say it, still unaccounted for, still trapped somewhere, right? Do you believe that the survivors' accounts expose systematic cover-ups in the ferry tragedy? Yes, total lack of safety. That's what 93% is saying. 7% is saying no, the government is doing a great job. 6% now saying no, the government is doing a great job. Let's jump in to some of the details coming from Honorable Mr. Maipal and one of the family members that has to deal with all of this tragedy, right? And they will have to live with this trauma for the remainder of their lives. Condolences.
The second engineer come to me and he said, Auntie Diane, the boat still have the problem. We still got this one engine. We can't go back with this one engine. I tell them that we fix it. Somebody turn and tell he know his job.
The Delta9 travelers, the boat had allegedly an engine problem in accordance with what's being said right there. But guess what? Certain people don't jump out and sound this bird whistle, right? So that those beneath, allegedly, might move in a certain way.
The boat was not overloaded by passengers or by cargo. There was no engine problem or any mechanical problem. Even the survivors who made videos from the hospital, they're telling you what happened. And it had nothing.
Well, they're telling me what happened right now. Let me listen what's going on right here. And we got to stand up and be real, you know. We cannot allow this situation right here to just be brushed under the rug and people come and tell me anything they want. And then next thing you know, they spin a narrative where, you know, it's confounded foolishness and all kind of things like this and other things continue to prevail in the country when it should not. Let's hear some more.
So he said he stay out. And that was the Friday. But then when I said the boat going started, then I start loading from since the Tuesday. The boat start loading Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. The boat start loading. And the one engine didn't fix it yet.
So you don't know if the engine was fixed.
The engine didn't fix.
So one engine.
One engine. Next thing you know, he come back and he tell me, say, Auntie Diane, then send for a generator from Perica, then waiting on it to come on the boat. He said, I don't know where party could go because it have so much of box where people carry their meat. I ain't talking about little box, big boxes. He said, I don't know. Somebody got to take off them box, but nobody don't want to take off. Everybody want them things to go. So, anyway, the generator come. Well, must be like a little good time back. Then we send another generator before, as they say, a standby generator, the one that the back. So this one come now and they put this one in front. There was so much thing on that boat that day. Oh, so much on that boat.
What time you left your husband and came home?
I come off the boat like minutes to 2.
Minutes to 2?
Yeah.
O'clock.
Normally the schedule for leave 1 o'clock, but it is never leave on 1 o'clock because there's be so much of things. Yeah. Everybody just packing.
But they're telling us the boat left at 3:15. So if you came off minutes to 2, it means the boat was practically packed already.
Yes, it's already packed.
Yeah, and to you it was packed, as in overpacked with a lot of weight?
A lot of weight. It was already packed with a lot of weight on it.
And people were already on the
Passengers was already on the boat. Because normally I just got to pass the downstairs and go upstairs and pass the passengers. Then when I go up, sometimes I say, oh my God, this is a packed school. I said, look, people on here.
So this is a regular thing?
It's a regular thing. It's not something, it's a regular thing.
They always pack it to capacity.
They always pack it. Sometimes people don't have a place to sleep.
This situation is getting from worse to worse when we analyze what's really taking place. One of the worst tragedies in the history of our country, and the persons that should be representing those affected, because the government is a government for the whole country. The opposition is an opposition for the whole country, right? They represent the whole country after the elections. During the elections, they are now going for that power so that they can acquire these different positions in accordance with their votes. But after the elections, man, what's going on? How we hearing, right? Ministers coming forward, and then you got persons that was actually there. Survivors' accounts is completely different to what they're saying, right? Greetings, you're on to Delta9 Media Live.
Yeah, my brother.
Yeah.
People is like in America, right?
Yeah.
A man like Jill, come and say those things, make all those remarks, and still get work like me, brother. You believe that happen?
No. And even if he did, right, there would be a whole lot of problems to come after because he did for other people that allowed him to. Because you're talking about more than bro. You're talking about, you see, we can't make this thing into no smart. And I'm not saying that that's what you're doing, right? But we want to look at it as small country, big country, you know, because life is life. You understand me? And there's the most important thing right here.
Why you say that?
Yeah. No, like I said, I wasn't saying that that's what you're doing. I'm just, you know, highlighting that point right there. Because it's very,
He don't want to take accountability action on his word. Yeah?
I mean,
and you come up and nation that, and then come the other night, and any even say sorry to the nation and still sitting in government.
Unless he's trying to say that the widow is lying, unless he's trying to say that the persons that was actually there that survived the situation is lying. I don't know. Because
that's the thing. What I asked about. What happened to the video recording at the war? Say the first thing you should have reviewed before come and say anything else.
Bro. I'll ask you a real question, right? I'll ask you a real question. I'm gonna ask you a real question. And there's no, you know, me trying to come at you, none. I just want to ask you a real question, and then it's got a follow-up question, right? How long now you watching this channel?
I'm watching this channel. It's about 3 years now.
Good. So what do you think up with the camera? What do you think up with the camera? It probably you can hear, oh, it wasn't working. Oh, the footage is this, da. You know?
That question was asked maybe 5 minutes of today. But when you guys review the camera footage, did you not see the overload? Or you put the other man at the right time? Again, that's right time the most. Again, that's left on this side.
Hey, well, guess what, buddy?
The man who is trying to transport now, that's the right time.
Well, guess what, buddy? Big up yourself, one thing. Yeah, big up yourself first thing for being a loyal viewer, you know what I'm saying? And tuning in and being a supporter of the platform, period. Right? Plus, you know what, as we analyze this thing from a real place, right? You know, persons are saying that they had a replacement for this vessel more than 36 months ago. So meaning this situation right here could have been prevented, should have been prevented. So somebody got to be held accountable. So they can't really say that, oh, it's a political thing, because at the end of the day, who are we going to ask about it? We got to ask the representatives. We got to ask the persons in charge, right? We got to go directly to those in real authority.
They were so quick in commissioning the vessel. Here, it didn't have the required accommodation for the passengers. So that's why it was never in route to that area. And it was too big to channel through that area because of the turning mechanism. They did not have a roll on and roll off mechanism.
So they mean there was a further So they mean there was a further contract that needed to be established because of the vessel. So it was a you know, the work to come back. Good.
So and this one is a silent ferry.
Good.
The things on one side and roll into the ferry.
So then it's either two things, and big up yourself to the top cops. It's either incompetence, meaning that they were unaware of what the purchase was, or some level of corruption, allegedly, for them to get a further contract. Because how come you're going to get something and you know the capabilities? It's like if you're buying a piece of equipment, but you ain't checking to see if the plug is going to work for your outlet. You understand, man?
Bro, the everybody is working the other route.
Yeah.
The company will make the ferry. They're renting the ferry from the company, brother. You understand what I'm saying, my brother?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
The ferry, where the company where they buy the ferry from, they're renting this ferry. The company is renting Guyana this ferry right now.
Wow.
You understand what I'm telling you?
Yeah.
Because all the engineers, all the captain and everybody, is where the company from, is them in charge of the ferry. Nobody sailing the ferry up and now. And they got paid this company how much? Millions of dollars every month, bro.
So we're going out with the on-the-job training, or somebody being able to man it from the.
Them in K, bro. Them in K. Look what they're doing. It's not the same thing they're doing with all the Chinese, them. Giving them all the big contracts, them, bro. Them in K, not no Chinese.
And it's clear, as we analyze this and we go through it, persons are going to be able to see for themselves and make their own assessment. Because it's important that we hear, from those that are a part of this trauma that got to deal with it. And then let persons all over the world and persons in Guyana, persons in the diaspora be the judge of what's going on right now. Don't let us say,
this question you put up here, where 6% is saying that government is doing a great job. Let me understand the question, my brother. I don't even understand the question.
I know. I want to
believe. What the government is doing right now is praising yourself. That's all the government is doing. Praising yourself. They may praise the Guyanese people they only water. They never mention nothing but the opposition is out there in Spain.
Well, here what Dion, as you highlight though, we're gonna jump into this piece right here coming directly from the leader of the opposition on the water. And then we're going to come back to Auntie. Let's continue to highlight the details from what went down on the MV Barima. One love every time, King. Thanks for contributing to the live and bringing insights into the presentation. Now we're going to go here from who? Directly from the leader of the opposition, from the water. So we could see and hear this job that persons might be highlighting. And then I'm going to ask moderation to pull up the poll again so persons can see and participate in the poll that is up on the channel right now. As we bring in these details right here from the leader of the opposition, coming directly from where? The vicinity of the wreckage.
4 p.m. I posted where we found a body. And then an hour after, we posted 2 more bodies that we found. Now is approaching 3 o'clock. 10 minutes to 3. I posted the coordinates where the 3 bodies are. As you can see, we have a body right here. And this one is rapidly deteriorating. Rapidly. And we're worried if the body can go down because all the organs, looks like all the organs misplaced. Now, it's approaching the 2-hour mark. I called the Coast Guard. They said they're coming. Every time they're coming. And from where the Pomeroon River mouth, the Coast Guard base is just 25 minutes from here. Now I have 3 boats within a half-mile vicinity. Got to stay next to these bodies because we don't want the bodies to drift and go elsewhere. Next thing you know, you can't recover the bodies. We had one of my friends with one of our boats. I supplied the gasoline, etc., who's part of the search and recovery team. And can you believe they arrested him? They arrested that man. I just got the information. Now, if you want to arrest persons that want to help to recover these bodies, that alone speaks volume. I'm trying.
Coming in directly from the leader of the opposition. International persons, persons in the diaspora, people all over the globe. 100 plus persons gone because of a wreckage. right? And these are the details coming in directly from who? The leader of the opposition, highlighting what's going on. And it's important at this point that I make this emphasis, if we as right-thinking Guyanese, this thing got nothing to do with one political party or the next political party, because I could guarantee you, persons of all political persuasions was definitely a part of the vessel. There are persons that are WIN, there are people that is PPP, there are persons that are PNC, APNU, ALP, VPAC, people that don't vote at all kind of persons was on this vessel. And guess what? When the situation occurred, everybody was affected. So it's unity or else. If we as right-thinking Guyanese, we the ones that possess the power to make sure that the right persons go in these positions, don't make the right decisions, then guess what? It's more of the same. If we don't have some amount of unity amongst ourselves and move beyond this divide, more of the same. Unity or else. Let me hear some more from the leader of the opposition.
To abide by all the rules they set out. But this is unfair to have us 2 hours waiting for the Coast Guard to collect these bodies. They have about 5 Coast Guard boats where the MV Barima went down. I don't know why they got all these boats out there for. What is the purpose having all these boats out there with some divers?
I'm just saying, as an oil-rich nation, as a nation pumping thousands of barrels of oil per week, right? I hope that this is not like identifying just how ready we might be in case of, forbid anything might happen with a spill, because look at what the response is and look at how this is being handled with all of these casualties.
The chief of staff is a charity with the president. I expect the chief of staff to come out here and to coordinate things so we can recover these bodies, because the families are mourning. The families are calling me all the time. They're messaging. They want to know what's going on with the bodies. Where are the bodies?
Good evening, Delta. It's so sad. I feel so sad to say greetings, bro. Like this is so heartbroken. I watched some stuff today, bro, and I'm a big man. I'm 65 and I cry. I'm crying with what I'm saying. Right now, I'm so emotional. Right? About all this stuff I'm seeing, bro. It's sad. You know what? Half of the people right now, I think that's missing, they're all children. Youths. I'm telling you, half of the missing, I'm telling you, it has to be children based on what stuff you're seeing.
Yeah.
It's got to be children. Got to be children, bro. The youth of our nation is under the sea right now.
It's a while now we're talking about the fact that they're not safe because of persons that are in these positions of power and the way that they're dealing with these things. And it's not just that we're saying it, we're able to see, even though the reality is so harsh, bro.
Right. Also, Mark Phillips is calling this an incident. This is not an incident, bro. This is a tragedy, right? They need to address, they're painting all the pictures of trying to sugarcoat this stuff. And I hope, they're calling for unity. My desire is unity is to unite and against these people, man, and transparency. This thing should not go. This is other than Jonestown, which is not it's our Guyanese thing, but this is our Guyanese citizen, bro.
Yeah.
Our citizen of our country, the youth of our country, and look at how this whole thing is playing out.
Yeah.
Also, it seems I don't know, like these people are just dragging their feet. With this whole, this site was detected by some guy named Harish Singh.
Yeah.
Him and some other boatmen. They found exactly where that boat was.
Yeah.
And they found the rope that ties the boat that on the wharf. They tied something to that, and the guy Harish said, you know what, that is all. I have found it. Now it's all up to the government to come in and do their thing. But they just seems to be dragging their feet, bro. And I don't know if this is on purpose Trinidad offered to help. I don't see where the Trinidad crew is right now. Now they're saying Brazil. When are they gonna come? When you cannot find people anymore? And I think this is all a game, so we cannot get the true numbers, bro. This is my feeling. We cannot get the true numbers.
The numbers is something that, a lot of persons are highlighting the fact that we might never know the actual number because, like a lot of information is pointing out, the manifest is off because persons just come on with speedboats and they miss the boat. So are they registered in the manifest or they pay a little extra for get on? I don't know. I'm just asking for
exactly.
Right.
Now they're saying they have a French cruise, 15 French divers. That's all we saw with those French crew, bro, is their finale taking pictures with these people. Nothing else. We have not. What are these guys doing right now in Guyana, bro? Right? Nothing. There's Mark Phillips keeps talking about transparency and weird. We have not seen anybody that was recovered by the PPP crew, by the Coast Guard. All we're seeing is other people bringing in bodies, Mohammed finding bodies. Now they're using tactics against him to stall him, like the delay. Why the delay, right? So this whole thing is so stink, bro. It stinks, very, very stink. Also, I was listening to somebody today, one woman, she was at that wharf and she saw when that boat was being loaded. And they saw how they were packing, they were jamming that boat, man. So all of these people coming out and saying things, they're not lying.
Yeah, everybody wrong, and they alone right, and they wasn't even on the vessel at the time. We're hearing from the canteen owner's wife highlighting some of the details about what's usually the situation with the vessel.
Right. Now, Mohammed put out something to them. He's saying by tonight or by tomorrow morning, if the government can provide, there's lots of people, lots of these fishermen who have huge boats because this thing is in a big area. Yeah. And if they can provide gasoline for them, there are a lot of people who want to come out because it's such a big area to sort, it's going to use a lot of fuel.
Yeah.
And he put out that stuff to the government. Said, listen, provide people with the stuff and they're willing to come out and we're going to comb that whole area.
Yes.
And see what we can find because by tomorrow, if people are not recovered by tomorrow, it's all over.
Bro, I wish that was the approach that was taken since this stuff happened the morning. You understand?
Right.
The morning of when this happened, everybody with a boat come out, free gasoline, free safety equipment and stuff like that, cameras or whatever you might need, so that we can comb this area and rescue as many persons as we can. This is a tragedy. Come out and help. That should have been the conversation since then, I thought. You understand?
Exactly.
And persons would have came out. That's how we are, buddy. We just help out one another. People would have come out.
Exactly. And and I saw again, Sherrod got arrested. Colin Crowell, bro. Colin Crowell, out of all of them, he's the one who asked the police to go after Sherrod. Colin Crowell. Can you believe that? Like, I can't, right? Then I saw Irfan.
Doesn't rest well at all with me.
Right?
Yeah.
Irfan is walking around sulking. The guy is just, Delta, I feel like swearing, but I respect your program.
And I respect that too.
Around sulking. He's sulking like what a show. I'm so upset and tell you, bro, I'm sad and I'm also upset.
Yeah.
Because this is a terrible, terrible tragedy.
Terrible.
And these guys are playing political. It's just like the political stuff. They're saying the other side are being political. No, they are being political. And I watched Mark Phillips. I don't know. All of a sudden, this man just do you see how they're using these people? Mark Phillips with other stuff, he's quiet. Look at Mark Phillips now. They're pushing him.
I'm telling you, because remember now, we're gonna want to believe Mr. Phillips. Why? Brigadier Phillips, to address him correctly, because we know that he was trained in a lot of what's going on right here. So we want to respect what's saying, but as we analyze the information coming directly from persons affected, We got to now look at what's coming from the other side and ask ourselves what is really going on with the representation for Guyanese people.
Right. Exactly.
It's crazy.
You know, also, while all of this is going on, Guyanese should not forget about that farm. They should not forget about that president bill. You know, all of this is very hot right now. But once this is, they have to keep the pressure on, guys, because this is like this is taking over the limelight right now, and it should because this is a tragedy. Yeah. But after this, people need to get on that man farm. Get after that president bill because
I think it all compounds. It all compounds to become the straw or the axe that break up the camel back. You understand? All of this is going to come together and become the sledgehammer that is going to destroy the camel's spinal features. I'm telling you, it's crazy.
Because, I mean, these guys are getting skin up. Look at that cow incident, bringing in cows from Brazil. Yeah. So, you know, bro, the stuff is on them right now, and I'm hoping, man. I'm hoping the Guyanese people can stand up. I know they're scared because of, but if they come out in numbers, they can outnumber, right? I hope they can come out in numbers so they overwhelm the forces, the police force, whatever. And come out peacefully. I'm not saying somebody should do it, but let's hope.
Let's hope it doesn't reach. It doesn't reach to that. Let's hope that right-thinking persons that are a part of the government would understand that. Listen, enough is enough at this point. We're talking about more than 100 lives, and this is not one that persons are just gonna let slide idly by. Given the fact that just recently we're hearing about all of these other things about corruption and all of this information coming in where persons are saying no engine problem, but persons are saying this about it. And I'm going to move forward with the live right now. Thanks for calling in and for dropping these insights so we could analyze it. You know, big up yourself every time for coming with real insightful commentary on what's going on.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, you know, it's good that we could hear, you know, how persons feel about what's taking place. You know, it's good, and it's even more important for us to be able to analyze. Greetings, you're on to Delta9 Media Live.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mark Philip and them man in Anton and these types of trade disaster things. Man, barely get few things. These guys don't prepare for nothing, bro.
You're talking about Sandhurst. You're talking about Sandhurst military training. Sandhurst military training is different, bro. You know the thing. He ain't giving nobody no out. He knows he's capable and very well trained, and so many years of experience in one of the best trained military forces, ground troops in our region. That's us. You understand? Back in the days, I could remember that was part of the social study conversation. But remember, Mr. Phillips, Brigadier Phillips is not a youngster. Brigadier Phillips would have been serving back then and, you know, coming up the rank. You understand?
Certain things, right? Just left you.
And we must even say, before we even move forward, we must say, you know, thanks to all the military persons that are out right now doing the best that they can do to make sure that they rectify everything that is. Look, it's a big tragedy right now in our nation. So thank you for your service. And big up even to Brigadier Phillips for his many years of service. But right now we got to call a spade a spade. Respect is due, but we got to call a spade, buddy. That's all.
No.
Yeah.
Right? Why is it Mohamed, none of these people that want to help counter these bodies, you know? They got left it for the court yard. How ignorant is that, bro? This is where these people playing a political game. Because Guyanese got to understand why these people dealing with the people them like this in Guyana, the citizens of Guyana. Because these people are the results for the election. I can bring it into this place. And the results show they did not win. They had to, what you call it, race to win to get in there. the majority of the Guyanese people didn't vote for these people. That's why the majority are going through what they're going through.
I'm telling you. So we're about to go highlight some more of what persons got to go through as we hear some of these details coming in from the widow that's surviving. Yeah.
This is a crisis where these people pick up whoever they're helping pick up these people, but
yeah, you just take pictures or video and then you move forward with proceeding and bringing them in. Yeah, give them body cams and some type of equipment that they can be protected and yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
One love to everyone who's calling in, all the travelers that are live with us. Big up to all the moderations in the chat. Thanks for tuning in and being a part of this live presentation. Who is live with us right now? Colin, what's going on? Colin is saying thank you, Delta9, for keeping us up to date with the tragedy, sad moments for Guyana. Big up yourself, Colin. Thanks for tuning in. Greetings. You're on to Delta9 Media Live. Yeah.
Something comes to my attention when nobody will take notice of.
Yeah, live here.
Bro, a lot of Guyanese own speedboats on that terrain. Even sell fishing vessels.
Yeah.
Even sell vessels going to Baltic, People, Cameroon, you get them speedboats is top of the line speedboats.
Yeah.
Why only a certain ethnicity being called to assist?
Well,
there's only one ethnicity gets speedboats, my brother.
Well, you see, the thing is this. There was a conversation where persons were highlighting the fact that the opposition leader would have sent out a call for persons to be a part of the search so that they can sweep the area. But they're just asking that they be provided with fuels, given that the area is that large, so that they'll be able to cover as much terrain as possible. So, persons are willing to come out and assist, but they're just asking for, that small measure that they be given the fuel.
No, there's not what I'm saying, bro. Yeah. I know what you say, but what I'm asking you, why are that classes of ethnicity was being contacted first to bring up your people them to help search?
I know, to be honest with you.
That is my point.
And it's a reality that we gotta look into.
And why? All right, to bring out them set of people, to bring them out. What happened to the rest of the boat owners them? You see who bring out with the different set of ethnicity? Is Mohamed. Mohamed gets different people that working with him. But you listen what the guy told you.
Yeah.
What he's saying is that this person call him and say, yo, get your boat them, don't get for it, green, get your back wherever. Just get out there. Why didn't you say call as many operators?
Yeah.
That was wrong there. Why didn't you say that?
Yeah, that's definitely something that should have been done. And that's something that I was highlighting that,
Because it's only one, because they only have confidence and trust in one set of ethnicity.
Well, I hope that's not the case. That is the
case you're seeing, bro. This is where you're seeing. If you keep grandmother, just tell you, don't go right down. Much of next time to see what I am, and you see it the time, my brother.
I'm telling you.
Right away should have been pushed forward. Yo, get everybody that don't speak but is running the road there, and you go. The man he contacted his brother, and someone somewhere, wherever, and four of them went out the boat, the two boats and them things. That's the only way, bro.
Yeah.
Everybody on board to get out there.
Real thing. Big up yourself, King. Thanks for calling in and for making that strong point. It's important.
People see this one thing.
Yeah. I'm telling you, so many things for us to analyze. Let's hear some more right now from the widow of one of the persons that was operating in the canteen. So we understand, because it's very important that we hear this directly from her.
Sometimes many Amerindians people just come downstairs at the canteen part. It have the second engineer and the chief engineer cabin is be next to one another. Sometimes people just come, them Amerindians. I just feel sorry for them. They forgot a piece of cardboard. I just tell them, put it down there. I said, auntie or uncle, spread your thing down there, or you could look this drink box. You could sit down on it and make yourself comfortable because you can know where else you go. Or will this be packed? You know, so when I was coming off the boat, oh my God, the generator, it was on. How so much a heat. All the heat was pushing back to the back of the boat, where the canteen and so where my husband is be heat. Anyway, they said the boat have to go. And generator, it had a pickup, it had a car, it had, oh my God, you see, and not the load plus the load in the hatch, plus up top the hatch, they just pack things, motorbike, those, everything, then pack up top there. If it wasn't for that second generator, that boat would have reached its destiny. Is that generator carried on that boat? The boat was overloaded. The weight was too much. Can remember now.
Wow. So you heard it there, Delta9 travelers, coming from persons directly affected. The widow of the person that operated the canteen is highlighting them details. But guess what? This was a problem that was supposed to be rectified for a while now, you know, Delta9 travelers. For a while now. Do you believe the survivors' account exposed systematic cover-ups in the ferry tragedy? Yes, total lack of safety. 89% of the votes. No, the government is doing a great job. 9% of the votes. And 3% is saying both sides are politicizing it. Well, you need to have opposing sides to have, you know, some type of politics going on, which politics is a part of everything. But we're not going to get into that right now. We're not going to get into the fact that everything is politics. Everything has its masculine and feminine poles. Kybalion, 7 Hermetic principles. You know, stuff that we would have discussed on the platform before. But nonetheless, we're going to jump into some details, the real details, coming from persons that got to live with the trauma. You see the poll is up on the page right now, Delta9 travelers. Participate if you haven't already. Right? Big up to all the persons that are a part of the live right now. Greetings. You're on to Delta9 Media Live.
Yes, good evening to you and all my black brothers and sisters in Guyana.
Greetings, Mr. Flash Garden. Thanks for calling in. I heard from you a while, brother. How you been?
I've been keeping a low profile. Thank you for asking.
Always good to hear from your elder. Always good to hear from the elder. No, always good to hear from the elder every time. I was about to call you, but then I said you might be traveling.
Oh, no. First thing first, I'm responsible for what I said, not how you interpret it. Let me remind my black brother and sister on this live stream. I love to say Flapgarden racial, but Flapgarden only be Flapgarden. I would love to punch for one. I don't punch for 20. What the Bible said, she never believed she will live to see the day that black people put 2 East Kenyan men to rule them. That's number one. What the Bible said, Mommy will make a shock start. I love that East Kenyan woman, what the Bible, and it popped the class. Mommy make
them Amerindian people and some black people and others race. Drink salt water and dead. So some of them then, you know. You know, you know what about one of the past? There's no way that Jack Joe would allow Mohammed for beating about 3 months. The people that were responsible for the innocent children died. I don't kill them by basing after I'm gonna come on the line. Mohammed, them VPAC boys, Amanda Eve, Nigel Hughes, Nigel London. There's no way they could win coalition or Jadu. So all what's happening today, I point my finger to them. I point my finger to Edge, you know. 23 years we know what the PPP party don't care a damn but the Guyanese interest, especially black people and Amerindian people. Only when 40 times come the guy that Amerindian, you're going to give them money and liquor for drink and that's it. And next 4 more years, we got to suffer. So all I you want to talk about, mommy, this. And for unity, I don't want PNC for unity with mommy, because the words that we did, and it's what his father said. Before we go, let me remind you about the common bamboo. Mommy Chaplain, don't worry. PPP party. PPP party not going back in power. Yeah. And here we say about PNC. Don't worry, PNC party finish. So Democrats done as a black man. It's no more black party in Guyana anymore. It's win and PPP. Okay. I have to say I can fact.
All right. All right. Big up yourself, Elder. Anything else you wanted to point out?
Yes. Mohammed has 16 feet. 95% of black vote free as them kept out he got 16 feet. How many blacks he given parliament? 3 or 4 and 2 Amerindian. All the rest is Eastern. Mohammed give them 12 computer. 12 computer to children. How many black he give? 2 black. 2 black. And I believe one Amerindian and all the rest is Eastern children. There's nothing wrong with that. It's money. But you got to remember who votes for you 95%. I'm going to stop here. Thank you very much for your time.
All right. Big up yourself, Flash. Thanks for calling in and for dropping those insights. What are your views, Delta9 travelers? We got a chance to hear right there from the elder, Mr. Flash Garden. Big up yourself, Flash. We ain't heard from you for a while. Good to hear your voice every time, elder. Big up yourself. Right? Now, something that we got to analyze with what was being said right there by the elder, Mr. Flash Garden, right? We got to remember that why it's so important that there is unity, or else it's more the same for us. Why? Because success has came for the PNC, APNU through coalition politics in recent times. That's how they would have found the success to be in these ruling positions in the country. So that's why unity or else is more of the same, right? Now let's get back to some of these details coming in from the person who would have had a hands-on kind of experience in dealing with what's going on with the MV.
Normally in the engine room, because them engineers then come and next them sometimes come and sit down and them is gaff with me. It's 2 engineers be down in that engine room.
Let me ask you something. They just weigh the cargo before they put it on the boat.
As the Empress is saying this is no time to be speaking of race and religion. Get ruled out at this time. Yeah. And so much loss of our citizens. Yeah, real thing. This is a time for us to really find a place because that's like what I was highlighting. Everybody was affected when this went down. And that's why unity is key. It's very key because we got to look out for one another. We have to look out for one another. There's no way that we're going to move forward in a real way. There's no real progress if we don't look out for one another as right thinking citizens in the country. I don't know. I could be wrong about that. Y'all could tell me if, I was wrong about what I'm saying right there, how important unity is. Greetings. You're on to Delta9 Media Live.
Delta must say, condolence goes out to Flash Guys, the partner of his mama. A long time I haven't heard him. So
I did not know that his mama transcended. Condolences to you, Flash. Condolences to you and your family.
Our big cop, they mentioned it,
Okay. I missed that. Mm-hmm. Condolences to you. I didn't know that. I didn't know. Condolences to you and your family members, Flash, on the passing of your mom. I'm telling you, that's a tough one for everyone, right? That's a tough one. There's so much going on. PA, big up yourself, and thanks for being a part of the live. There were 245 persons on the MV Barima. Wow. Another update, and this number just keeps growing and growing and growing. P. Ali Kak, one of our insightful moderators and frequent travelers, not 116, as Ejil so emphasized, right? I'm telling you. Rasta Empress, good night, Mr. Flash Garden. Marcia is saying, tell the PPP government that no race and politics. I'm telling you. Big up yourself, Marcia. Thanks for being a part of this live presentation. We got so many headlines and so many things connecting to this headline right here. Wow. PA is saying this, inanimate objects like cardboard boxes, mattresses, and other large water bottles and large plastic containers save more lives than persons in a certain party. I'm telling you. Lilac, thanks for tuning in. Whenever there is no one to blame for the government's failure, it becomes political or someone looking for political points. I'm telling you, that is a very insightful point and a very powerful point that you just made right there.
And don't weigh the cargo.
They don't weigh the people's cargo?
No, they just
so
pack.
They do guess?
They just pack rice and pack and full. They had sometimes they had just till up to the rim, full. Can't take nothing more. Nothing more. Oh, somebody did had the one engine now, and the generator, the one engine down in the engine room now. Like it had the power to push the boat. Like what the two would do is if it had the two, it would have able to push the boat, but it's the one. So the one now was over pressure. So it must stop. After it stopped, big wave come. That was it.
And you lost your brother-in-law too.
I lost my brother-in-law. Oh.
What was his name?
Kenrick Court.
So Kenrick Court and
Neil Court. Oh.
Tell us about Neil. Who's Neil?
Neil is my husband. Neil was a wonderful man. Oh. A wonderful man. He never tell nobody no. He never tell nobody no. He could got the last. He give it to you. If you call him and tell you got certain things to do, he gone. Sometimes I just got things to do home here, fine things. But he just tell me, Diana, I got to go and buy this thing for this person. I got ogle for carry this thing at the plane for this person, put it on the plane. I said, well, all right. You know, when you will get time. Oh, he never find time. Sometimes me and Jasmine is got for bully. Come, let me go to the movie and relax. Let me go. That is the only way we can get you out the house. That's so dumb. He was a loving husband and a loving father towards his 2 children. Oh, he worked so hard. Sometimes many nights when my husband come home, by the time he eat something, he sit down a little bit, he sleep. I just got to tell him, Neil, you don't go in on bed. He said, Diane, I went in the heat all day. Let my skin blow out a little bit. But he was a loving husband. I lose a good husband. Very nice man who know Mr. Court. Many people call him Mr. Court.
I guess everybody who travels.
Everybody know him as Mr. Man or the canteen operator. The canteen operator. Oh.
I'm so sorry.
I normally just got the boat.
All I could tell you is that you got to hold strong because you're going to.
What I could do? The boat was overloaded.
You got to hold strong for your daughter. I know it's difficult. I know it's very, very difficult, but you got to hold strong for your daughter. And there's a lot of things that are going to come out that is not yet in the
everything for my husband gone down. Sometimes, you know, business don't be bright every time. You know, sometimes the canteen don't really push out that much money. So he just say, you know, it makes sense going so far and come back with nothing. So we just normally do now. You buy eggs, you carry little bread and tennis roll for sale, little greens, and just carry chicken, and people just buy, and that is bring up the money. That is bring up the money because sometimes if you depends on the canteen money, sometimes I barely make a little 200 in going in and coming and going so far. He was that businessman too, you know. Take his thing and sell. Got your own customer, them little sausage and everything gone. Everything gone, all the bread, everything, all the drinks, everything. When he used to so look forward this time of the year. This time of the year, he was excited. He said, you know, school children going home.
They're going to want them.
They're going to want things to buy, them snack and them kind of thing. And you just make a little money, you know. He went and he buy.
I'm telling you. When you listen to these accounts coming in from the persons directly affected, you understand why it is so important that we highlight these details and hear directly from them. So we could understand that there's persons just like me and you, you know, affected by these things. So someone or someone's, the accounts, the persons that are accountable for this, somebody got to be held. Somebody got to hold the back for this one, buddy. This is not one where we could just sweep 100 plus. What's next after this, man? If we tolerate this, if we don't find unity amongst ourselves after this, what's next?
And who is missing for you?
My son.
What's the name of your son?
Antonio Yakut. 22.
Are you sure he was on the boat?
Yeah.
When he left?
Saturday.
Tell me what you heard from Saturday to now.
From Saturday now to now, I heard no proper information that who get saved and who anything. So you don't get no name, nothing.
Are you worried?
Yes, it's my son. I must. Duncan, if it's not my son, all the people I'm worried for that is in a boat.
What was when you heard that the ship went down, knowing that your son was there, what was it like? What were the first things you read?
Well, since the boat, since I see the thing, I call his phone and no connection. And right away, I start calling my family them and the same thing. So
As reporters, bro.
What are you gonna do?
They know copy information forthcoming, and they got asking him, "I be worried." Oh, you worried about your son? Who's these people, man?
I mean, think about it.
No.
This might be new to the reporter, a new experience for him as well. You know, doing interviews on a tragedy of this magnitude. He, also might be traumatized at what he's witnessing, So he might be a bit lost for words. That's always be sometimes.
So sometimes most reporters, I just listen to them, they just ask some stupid question, bro. You know what I'm saying? No joke, They don't get to the bottom of what they wanted to ask,
Yeah.
They ask you really good questions about it. And the thing was, first me, they just talk and they don't realize how they sound after. Now coming back to the real part of the story, my brother. They knock out 4 people who working on the transport and hours department.
Yeah.
Did you ever send a professional person to counsel these people because they so much traumatized to know exactly that, oh God, they working there so much life lost? Eh? You just knock out these people just up.
Extra trauma upon your trauma, cause being
exactly
poor
that
and
means
unemployed is a trauma.
Huh?
Yeah, that in itself is a trauma,
Exactly, bro. Not these people going to commit suicide after and all these things because what they tell the children now that thing. This thing is also for an also, bro. Remember I told you the first night on me before. I told you it's a also for an also. I told you it's more than 200 people down that boat. I told you that, bro. This thing is a side hustle, bro.
I think PA was just highlighting that it was too far to something.
For 7 years, this boat only want to stop. And now tragic incidents like this happen. Thanks to the government, the incident. It's not a tragedy.
The tragedy, bro.
That is to show you there was no checks and balance all the years these people working here.
There's no way that we could address it as that. And if you see it addressed as that on Delta9 Media, know that it's only because of platform protocol and things that we would have analyzed that we would have addressed it like that. But we know that it's a tragedy. You understand?
The thing why it's saying so, bro. It's in your heart to know that the big ones on top, untouchable, bro. Untouchable. And the small men, them got face. It's like the police, them, all the big brass, them, is untouchable. And the really traffic officers, them got one do let up you up.
Dark reality right now. Thanks for calling in with those insights. I'm telling you, as we analyze it, do you believe that the survivors' account exposed systematic cover-ups in the ferry tragedy? As we analyze it, as we hear the accounts coming in directly from the persons affected, yes, total lack of safety, 86% of the votes is saying that. Now we have another 10% of persons are saying no, the government is doing a great job. Big up yourself to all the persons that would have participated in the poll so far. Another 4% is saying both sides are politicizing it, right? Let's bring it big on the screen so we could see clearly what's being said right here. Big up to all the persons that are a part of the live right now, all the frequent travelers, all the persons traveling with us for the first time. Thanks for tuning in to the live. Bantu King, what's going on, buddy? Thanks for being a part of the live presentation. Bantu King is making a number of insightful points in the live presentation so far. I want to big up yourself for being a frequent traveler right here on the live. Bobby, thanks for tuning in to the live presentation. Bobby saying Flash Garden should know some black persons too proud to receive charity. Mohammed isn't the fruit. Few black people receive gift. Big up yourself, Bobby. Thanks for tuning in.
Right away, I'll let them come to town.
And for dropping comments in the comment section.
I was only at the Humaniana.
Commentary.
They didn't give you no proper information, nothing at the start.
Was this his first time on the Barima?
No.
He travels regularly?
Yeah, regularly.
He was heading to Port Tycoon or another area?
He was working on the boat. He's a crewman on the boat.
So he works at Transport and Harbour?
Yes.
What are you hoping for? I mean, what are you hoping for now?
Well, at presently now, the timing's gone far. I just hope that they're fine.
We've been hearing a lot of complaints about this. Has he expressed concerns to you about the ship not being free in these times?
Well, no. I never asked him or herself because we weren't living together. You just see me now and again. I see he call on phone, but he never complained on.
We're hearing the accounts from loved ones that will have to deal with this trauma. I'm telling you, so much going on. Delta9 travelers, big up to all of those who are live with us right now and a part of this international digital connection as we hear directly from those affected, directly from those that will have to deal with this trauma, with the loss, right? Condolences to the loved ones and the family members. More than 100 persons at this point would have transcended untimely because of this tragedy that went down. We heard the accounts coming in from persons, and listen, the more you listen, the more you realize that at some point we gotta say enough is enough with this.
In Richmond.
Hi.
Hi, Miss Hyde, you're here concerning your nephew. Tell me a bit. You know, you were here yesterday. What's happening?
So far, we have no response from nobody called to see that anything moving forward. But I trust in God that we can get an answer before the afternoon out. Because it's not easy. You know, not my nephew alone, but the other families are in it. So we trust in God. But I don't think it's a blame game. Not now to blame anybody for what happened. It's to figure out what can be done.
And can you say when last week you guys heard from your nephew?
Saturday, he just called before he leave and to go anywhere.
How long you working with the harbor?
I'm thinking about 2-3 years.
Mm-hmm. And what your thoughts are government's response? You know, they said a massive search and rescue. The president is now on the ground.
Not enough for me. Not enough. They need to come and tell me some positive answer. And you can't sit on a panel and blame a crew for something that none of we went there and know what happened. We can assume, but we didn't went there to know what happened. As people said, it happened in a jiffy. So I don't think now it's a blame game. It's time to get the families who missing and come together and deal with it.
Thank you.
Powerful point being made by the sister right there. Big up yourself to all the frequent travelers that are live with us and a part of this presentation right now. Thanks for tuning in to Delta9 Media. Right? So many things going on in our country. So many things. So many things connected to this headline right here. Ashmini is saying this, the PPP has to go. No more, no more. Enough is enough. I'm telling you. Now they arrested MP Duncan. I'm telling you, yeah, they did arrest the MP. They did arrest the honorable MP, you know, and we're going to get into those details right now so that persons could understand just the level of frustrations that persons are having to deal with on the ground, right? Let's hear from MP Andrews right now as he addressed what would have happened earlier today.
When the opposition is seeing, you know, when the journalist asks him, what is the communication like? This is a national tragedy. This is a national tragedy. And I think, go ahead, MP.
I want to make the point, right? That I'm going to step over the line.
Yeah, you see, understand. This is the police compound. It doesn't have a fence, right? This is the line.
This is the road. So I want to make the point that when we moved from within, when they told us to move beyond the barricade, and we moved beyond the barricade, NCN had reporters there, and a reporter from NCN started video recording us. And if the charge that is going to be laid against Mr. Duncan is anything remotely close to that, then I will be pressing charges against the NCN reporter that was recording us.
Without our permission.
Without our permission. We have that also.
It is just crazy, and it is sad. At this time, when our nation is going through so much pain and families are experiencing such anguish and trauma, you know, members of parliament, lawmakers who function in the highest body in this country is prevented from having access to a site that is not sensitive in any way, because there are hundreds of persons there who claim their family members and those who claim that they're just going there to see what is going on. MP Duncan has been arrested, ladies and gentlemen. I'm suspecting now that they're putting him on the bench. They don't want us to be a part.
I'm still waiting for him to speak to his counsel.
And we're still waiting his counsel.
They keep asking me to wait.
I'm trying to understand, Clarence. You said blessings, Delta9. Both parties have to be blamed for the maintenance of the boat. How is the opposition, which has not even a majority in the House, going to be held responsible for the maintenance of a public vessel? Explain that for me, how, you know, we could hold the opposition accountable for the maintenance of this vessel, given the fact that we're hearing this conversation right here. We gotta analyze it from a real place, you know. We gotta call a spade a spade. That's what we do over here on Delta9 Media. Listen to this. Listen to this, Clarence.
Mr. Chairman, the new vessel that is expected to come on stream would be the MV Malaysia, which is en route to Guyana. It has left Port Calcutta, and it's coming to Guyana. That boat will service the Georgetown Region 1 route, making stops at Mabaruma, Marijuana, Port Kaituma. And that will replace the MV Barima and the MV Kimbia that presently traverse those routes.
Right? You understand what's going on there, right, Clarence? So if Parsons was supposed to take care of this months and months ago, to where most could say years ago, to be real about it, right? How are you going to say that now is both parties to be blamed for the maintenance? Hopefully, you're speaking about other parties and not the opposition parties, because they don't have the majority in the House. And you heard right there what the minister was saying about how and when and the replacements X, Y, and Z. You know, and then persons were out doing all that they can do to participate in assisting with the rescue, to assisting with the search for persons that might still be alive. And guess what? This is some of what is being highlighted about what went down, Clarence, so we understand what's taking place on the ground, so that the world understands what's taking place on the ground. I want to say big up to all the travelers that are live with us right now. If you haven't already, ladies and gentlemen, thumbs up the live so that persons could understand from a neutral place what is really taking place in our beautiful nation right now. I'm telling you. Greetings, you're on to Delta9 Media Live.
Brother, it shows you clear with the percentage of teams that both parties are to be blamed. I told you, and the percentage of teams with the other one, that is political thing. You see what's going on? Those are among us in this platform right now. Are definitely. And I won't say what I wanted to say, but you just see where it's leading to, bro. That's what
But listen, facts are hard things, right? And that is the fact of what was said. I didn't create that. That was said.
Then I called for it, right, bro?
Yeah.
Remember, I called for it. And I told you about the boat for the house. It's commissioned, but not running the route because of certain things. They didn't put in place as yet. So that's why it didn't take over yet.
Yeah.
And how much of millions of dollars spent on that boat? And since March of last year, this year, tenders were put out. They done spend $90 million already, bro. So here you can it was scheduled for that this year. It was scheduled for that since March.
Yeah.
And they did not dock it. Because it was dry dock since March.
Good. So then the person that ordered this boat without the right equipment to be used immediately, given the fact that you're dealing with an 8 to 7-year-old vessel, might be the person you want to look at and say, hey, didn't you supposed to take care of this?
That's why the minister needs to resign immediately. He and the other minister. That is the problem, guys. People got
you gotta call a spade, buddy, because listen,
exactly,
what is going to be next?
They fail the nation again.
What's going to be next? Big up yourself, Clarence, and we ain't putting you on the spot at all. We're just using it to highlight something. You understand me?
As you just say, and that is factor or stubborn things, bro.
Yeah, it's what was said. Listen, they couldn't rule against that. They couldn't rule against it. They don't have the majority in the House. How are they going to go against that?
There's nothing to do with opposition.
Yeah. Big up yourself, King. Greetings. You're on to Delta9 Media Live.
Yeah, Delta.
Yeah.
Barrington get the thing right. Both parties cannot be blamed. It's only one. I remember 2 years ago they said these boat comes in and there.
Alright.
He was the vessel which transferred the people them to the island when was the 60th birth celebration. So it makes sense with both parties to be blamed. Alright. 5 years ago, they say they're in the first year, right? This is the first year.
Yeah.
That's the next 6 years.
Yes.
How both parties to be blamed? When the boat was supposed to be right off by Granger and they still reactivate the boat. You understand? It's not, we have to get out our skin and see what's going on and what these people is doing is not right. And people like Clarence is encouraging these people, bro.
I'm telling you, and we only got 5 presidents. We got. If you look at it, you could say we got the opportunity to choose 10 presidents as we turn adults at 21, right? Now, if you look at the 15, 20, that's 70. Then you're going downhill, and as much as you take care of yourself, that's as much fast as you're gonna go straight downhill as fast as you can, right? So we can't be playing around with these things. We got to be real. Because listen, we only here for but a moment, bro. What kind of life we gonna be living for our children? What kind of life are we gonna be living while we're here? Let's be real with it. If things like this is going on, and persons in calling a spade, we're encouraging even worse things to be a possibility in our future.
You understand?
Yes.
These guys are responsible guys. You are fully using these boats for your own private use. When these boats are supposed to come to serve people as a water taxi, people that travel all these distances. And you just to show you the depth of these people don't care. And one hurting me and see me really calling him because people out there willing to bring these badges on you because you don't want to Mohammed or Ufo touch them. You say everybody don't touch these people. Bro, them is straight out. Why? Because you know these people didn't really vote for you on your TV election.
It could also be other things too. You understand? It could be tactics to make sure that the process is not done as fast as possible, because remember, we're dealing with the elements, you're dealing with decomposition and all of these things. So listen, a lot of persons might not be a part of the manifest or even known to be a part of that voyage. So the rest, we could put 2 and 2 together and realize what's going on right there. Big up yourself, Al. Thanks for calling in. Yeah, persons are definitely, rightfully so, moved by what's going on right there. Greetings, you're on to Delta9 Media Live.
Blessings.
Greetings.
When I said both parties, I'm not speaking about Mohammed. I'm talking about APNU, PNC. I stand corrected.
Yeah.
I'm not speaking about Mohammed because they both built in 1959, I think. And we need to hear from the minister that was in charge when PNC, APNU was in power. Then we hear from that minister that was in charge at that time. And then we can analyze what used to happen with the boat, because the boat used to give problem all the time, bro.
Yeah.
Not only now, everybody knows that boat used to give problem all the time, but what happened? Guyanese got a tendency playing MacGyver. They like fix. Well, look, they could fix this and they could fix that. They like playing MacGyver. So they substituting parts, right?
Yeah.
So the engine is what caused this whole thing. The boat in taking water, in a split second, it was taking water all the time.
Okay.
So as the one engine was working, I was made to understand that the mechanic that was working on the next engine. So remember, it's nighttime. People traveling, sleeping.
Yes.
Right? Nobody really expect that the boat go and sink.
Yeah.
But to be honest, the crew members supposed to be vigilant at all times. But everybody take this thing for granted. Right? Now, the captain and the 2 crew members that were saved, we need to hear from those people. But the lack of the people that the media cannot interview these people because the captain would have spilled the beans and tell you everything that used to happen with the boat.
Yeah.
But the minister don't want the media to interview the captain.
Wow.
You understand? That is why they put the man in lockup, and they ain't gonna lose them guys until this thing quiet down. Don't care who lie, they ain't gonna lose them because the captain could put everything to right.
Yes.
But the next thing, let me hear from the minister that was in charge when APNU, AFC was in power. Let me hear from that minister.
All right. But one question before you go, right? I want to ask you this. How many years now Guyana has been seeing some of the largest budgets that we would have seen in our history?
Right.
About 6 years, right?
Good. Good.
So that means by now, with what we would have heard from the Honorable MP, Mr. Ejil, that some steps should have been made to replace this vessel. Right? So then that means that the responsible persons that are in power now would have already acknowledged, all right, good. This is one of the things we can do. This vessel 8 or something years, we can either replace it completely or take it out to circulation and get certain things done with it.
Right. That's a point.
Yeah.
But
so then,
I must say this again. Let me say this. The person who in charge of the vessel, if I don't know if it is the minister, but they must have a supervisor there or a superintendent or whoever that's in charge. Or just give the green light to say, look, the boat can live. Right?
Yes.
The boat, it's time for the boat go. Yes. Give it okay for the boat go. Right?
Yeah.
Now, Ejil, I will say Ejil is a blow. And everybody know Ejil is a blow. Everybody just look for fixing for themselves. And let's say the supervisor, if you ask me, you put me in charge of something, or you ask me, Terence, how is the car? The car is okay. And I keep telling you, yes, the car is okay. Yes, the car is okay. Right? You ain't gonna pay no mind because remember I'm telling you that the car is okay.
Okay.
You understand? So we got to look at this thing as a wide range. What was saying?
Yeah.
Was saying that Ejil got to resign. He got to resign.
That's what a lot of persons are saying. Somebody got to be held accountable for that, and it got to be.
Resign. So you cannot only lock up the small man or send home the people who was working at that time.
All right.
People in the top bracket that will go home too.
Yes.
And we need to hear the names of the people in the top bracket who go home. We want we need the media to interview them and let me know where look. This supervisor gone home, this superintendent gone home, because all of them to be blamed.
Yeah.
Right? But I was saying, Mohamed doing a good job. PPP going back in power. And let me say this now.
Yeah.
If we look sharp, Guyana won't get a next 64 disturbance. Trust me. You trust me, Panda. And because when people back against the wall, and people back against the wall right now.
Yeah.
And you gotta be very careful before another 64 disturbance come.
I tell you.
Right, Father? So I stand corrected. When I tell you after both parties, I'm not speaking about Mohamed.
Yeah.
Mohamed is doing a very good job of speaking about APNU, PNC, because they were in power. This boat built since 1959, bro. Look how many years the boat supposed to use for scrap.
Yeah.
The boat is supposed to be on the water top.
I tell you. And then look at the amount of casualties, look at the amount of youth that perished, right? Condolences to those families again.
The small boat that was run to Essequibo. If the people who in charge of the water tap go and see one man in get on life jacket, they suspend their man boat license.
Yeah.
Right? Now, you're supposed to get somebody on the boat who are insisting that everybody wear life jacket. You're supposed to be, you got to get somebody on the boat who make it sure if you can't wear life jacket, you can't come on the boat.
Yeah.
And when Eddie's saying that the boat in overload, everybody know the boat overload. Everybody know the boat overload, bro. And when he's saying the boat's supposed to carry so much 1,000 tons, and he breaking down the figures and bring it, now he come out and said that he was misled. Eddie got to resign, bro. Eddie got to resign. He got to resign. We don't need Eddie. Mohamed will run the country more better than anybody. And next thing too, let me make this point before I go.
Yeah.
I hear this banner for the VPAC.
Yeah.
I like the banner. But you cannot look at Mohamed in Bonham time when they acquire wealth. You understand? That was then.
Yeah.
You cannot look back at Mohamed and want to know how Mohamed acquired all them land and all them this. That was Bonham time. Now Mohamed alone acquired land. Mohamed's father. Mohamed's father and Bonham, they was friend. And friend help friend, bro. So if Mohamed's father get so much land and so much this and so much that, the man deserve it because he was born on friend. And let me tell you something, the next thing too. Everybody in power do bad. But, as they said, moon run till they catch up. You get the next thing?
I hear that.
Full tongue sell head. And that was happening now. Full tongue sell head.
I tell
you. Have a good night.
Big up yourself, Clarence. Thanks for calling in. And for giving us a clearer understanding of, you know, the point that you were making. Greetings, you're on to Delta9 Media Live.
Yeah, Delta. So I want to rebound with that call I sent earlier just now, because here's why I want to rebound. When PPP take power again, in which year?
About 6 years now.
Okay. And when was they in power before they take power?
They were in power for, I think they're the longest party. I don't want to give the wrong years to be exact, but I think that's the party that has been in power for the longest so far.
Okay. And when before when you come out the power and they go back in power, when how you know that they're in power to captain all the years then? It's about 5 to 17 years now, right?
A lot of time.
Calculation correctly.
Yeah.
And how old is the vessel? 87 years old. The vessel was built in 1939, not 1959. So that's why I want to rebound that column, because you know why? They had all the opportunities to make that right.
Yeah, man.
So don't say that their opposition was in power then and they could have done something with the boat. They're in power now. 6 years now into this thing.
Yeah, that's why I laid out.
Why did they do change? They step in for the new boats to start taking course. That is what you should have asked them.
Boat should have come ready to go.
Why? Because they don't have the setting boat, no roll on boat. Roll on boat. I'm too sure it's a roll on, but I know it's a roll on boat.
Whichever the parameters are supposed to.
It's got to go in from the front. So they didn't make system in place for that boat yet. Because the boat has to go in from the front.
Yeah.
And they charge and load on.
Yeah.
But this boat now, the Barima, they're not going from the side.
Okay.
They make place for that. So they have to go remove all of these land them with a foot. For the boat on the side, for going to the side. So they have to go and remove all of that. Get a proper walk to the roll on one.
All right.
Because they go in from the front.
Big up yourself. Yeah, man. Big up yourself. Thanks for calling in and for highlighting those very insightful points so that we could really suss out what's going on right here. Yeah, man. Analyzing and we moving through. Let's hear some more about what went down with the MP. One of my favorite MPs, one of the most hard-working MPs in GT, out doing the work of the people. And guess what? So much went down. And I'm asked the moderator, if you can, please, and thank you, pull up that actual footage of the MP so that we can actually see what went down. And then we're going to hear some more of the account. But let's see what's going on with this question right here that's a part of the poll, the second poll question for this live presentation. What is your reaction to MP Duncan being arrested while at the ferry site? Pure political suppression. That's what 93% is saying. Listen, it's pure political suppression, buddy. For what? For what? When you get a chance to see what was going on, you're going to understand for yourself. And we got that video, and we're going to pull it up before the end of this presentation right here. So we put it into the record so persons locally, internationally, and in the diaspora all over the world can understand what is really taking place. Big up to all the travelers live in the chat with us right now. Who is live with us? PA, insightful moderation, is saying the watermark tells the captain and crew when to stop adding load. Yeah, and we got that video right here so persons could understand directly coming from a person with experience, right, in dealing with these type of things. And I even learned something while I was researching to do this presentation that I will always use when I'm going on a vessel. I will always look at the front, right? Big up to all the travelers that are live with us right now. And as we wait for moderation to pull that piece of content up for us so we could see what actually went down with the Honorable Mr. Duncan, we're going to highlight some of what's going on right here. Big up yourself, PA, and thanks for dropping that into the comment section so that I can pull up this right here for persons to see exactly some of what you are highlighting.
Paul Perry, aka the Chorus Boss, singer-songwriter and ex-Lance Corporal of the Guyana Defense Force Coast Guard. And my take on this incident.
Big up yourself, Mr. Perry. Thank you for your many years of service, sir. Big up yourself, Mr. Paul Perry. Thank you for your many years of service, sir.
Tragic or accidental occur. First of all, I have some photography to show. That's me. GDF Coast Guard. GDF Coast Guard. There. This on board. Okay. My take on this incident that occurred. Ship maintenance is defined as a cleanliness and presentation of a ship structure, its opening and fitting system, and good appearance without and within. It means the ship must always maintain, must always be well painted, you know, and all of the fitting system, that mean like pipes and pumps and every gauges must be in working condition at all time. Now, as a person like to give you demo, right? Okay, this is the body of a ship, which is called a hull. This is from a side view, and this is from the top or aerial view. Okay, these numbers that is here, that displays here, is for tell, is by the capacity. This is reveal how many tonnage is on board of the vessel. As the vessel keep loading, these numbers will rise as the boat sinks, or submerge, right? So this is the part that you call the draft. Okay, as a captain or experienced seaman, from getting on board or approaching a vessel, from you watch the hull, you could tell the weight that is on the boat. And they have a prescriptive amount of weight that a vessel is supposed to be carrying. So now if you load in a vessel, you can't put 40 ton on the port and 10 ton on the starboard. I mean like 40 ton on the right and 40 ton and 50 ton on the left, because on sea you don't say left and right, you say port and starboard, right? Okay. Now, when you get on board there, when you start maneuvering the vessel, a big vessel or a small vessel, as the captain might hold on his M's, the wheels, right? Or the steering, right? And with a smaller boat, we say the handle, right? From you start maneuvering the vessel, you will feel that the vessel is not fully in command by you. Because as you alter port or starboard or left or right, the boat gonna give you extra something because of the water. If it's the amount of water, the water gonna hit in the walls, and the boat is not gonna be too steady. No, it's gonna be in that kind of position. Okay, the crew members that work in the engineers department, they supposed to making a 15 minutes routine check every 15 minutes, checking and make sure that all gauges, are working. They wouldn't be the person easily to recognize if the boat is taking in water.
Now guess what, Mr. Perry? Big up yourself for giving us that insight there. Who just learned something from Mr. Perry about when you're going on a boat, the numbers and stuff like that to be looking at even before you go on the vessel to know if this vessel is overloaded. Pick up yourself, and even more for your many years of service. But persons were highlighting a number of things about this vessel, a number of things, right?
Unless if it got, if it got a puncture or something somewhere along that area that there is. But down at the back, where the seaman crews be, the people who are doing most of the time ship maintenance and, firefighting, damage control. Okay, now this part now we call the compartment. As you load in the boat, now, if you realize that the boat is kind of leaning too much on one side, I mean one side got too much weight than the other side, right? All right, sometimes even when the boat done fully loaded, you still realize like some side got a little, so they got the hatches where they get intake, right? An outlet of water where you could intake some water, or outlet some water, to get the boat balanced. Now, as a vessel head on the way now, on its way, you as the captain, as you start to maneuver this vessel, you feel that this vessel is fully in command. And then now the engine now. If the engine is not pushing the vessel fast enough as the amount of knots that it's supposed to, that it could plane off and raise a little more higher above the surface of the water and move away from the swelling that keep approaching and hitting the vessel every second, right? Even if the boat end up submerged a little, it's gonna rise again. It's gonna rise again, you know, because even if it's big swelling, it's gonna rise again. But if it got that kind of weight, dead weight, when it go and try to lift, it wouldn't lift because it already submerged and it got too much of weight. So that was full neglect by the crew. And the next thing, I sailed many times in Guyana on operation, on exercise, on port cars, on smaller vessels, and even on board the GDFS Equivalent. I spent 2 years on GDFS Equivalent. I went to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I've been to Barbados, yeah, and then patrol a lot of time from Whiney, yeah, Moro Passage, all the way to the Quarantine River on patrols. Rosignol to Port Carl, Porico, Linden to Port Carl, and experience being on a boat. That was full neglect. Yeah, they was lackadaisical. And the next thing, as a captain, if you maneuver in a vessel and you feel like, you know, that this boat is gonna sink, is any port for a storm. A ship carry depth sounder that you could tell, you know, the depth of the water, or some of them might just get a capacity where it could read up to 200 feet and then it's not going to show you anything more. You're supposed to start altering to the closest part that the boat sunk, that it's going to ground, and you know, and it's not going to get a chance for fully submerged. That was full neglect. The crew, no, they ain't doing the right thing. They didn't.
Insights coming in there from one of our serving or former serving, I'm not sure, but nonetheless, big up yourself for all your many years of service, Mr. Perry, right? Highlighting these details about what's going on with the ship. We get a chance to see just what's going on with the weight and stuff like that, right? So, what y'all think about that, Delta9 travelers? Drop it into the comment section, or definitely call it in. Let's have some right thinking conversations about what he would have just presented right there. You know, there's so many things for us to analyze about this. Now we're going to hear from the person who would have made the discovery of the vessel.
Video now.
What happened? What happened? What happened, Sheriff? What's the problem?
What's the problem, officer?
One second there, and this video playing right there. I gotta check this audio and see if I'm coming through clear with this video.
Gotta. All right, but this is how you have to say. You didn't have to come like that. Kill him, but get up. This is just the manner in which you guys do stuff. All right.
All you have to do is say, "Did ask us to move? We move."
You're laughing to move from there. We move.
We move. If you come and say don't.
Yeah, but it's the way he came. How the officer came.
Soon as the man come.
Get up. Who you think he talking to, man?
Hold on, let me take it down. No issue. Again.
I don't know, yeah, why? Look how far we have.
First of all, they allowed to show in, other persons in, and told us.
Sure we stop and ask, Tushar, y'all got anybody and as relative? Tushar said, no, we just come to get support. But Tushar was allowed to go in.
And members of parliament are not allowed to go in.
We saw a number of people who told us they aren't family went in.
And went in, media personnel, Ed Lane is in there.
And just understand that we're videoing you too.
We have our parliamentary.
We just work with instructions.
I hear you, officer. We're not fighting you guys.
We were inside, you also come out, come beyond the borders. We come beyond the borders.
And the instruction was given by the minister because from the time he saw us, he went over to the police officer. Minister Kroll.
Colin Kroll.
And the officer was kind.
I don't think we know what is happening.
But I mean, but what's the big issue? What's the drama about? What's the drama about?
Look how far we are.
Sorry, you have to get it at this time. I'll have to take him in custody.
Huh?
Along with it, good.
You have to take him in custody?
Yes,
What's the offense?
We have to take it. You have to take it soon.
What's the offense?
What's the offense?
You have to get permission.
Where?
Yeah, but how do we know? How do we know it's a restricted area? The train was nowhere near the restricted. But this is public space.
Are we capturing this?
Yeah, we are.
So this time we need to take position of the drone.
No. If you're arresting me, arresting me.
Why you need a drone? What you need a drone for? What the drone do you?
No. We have to take it.
No, I'm not giving you it.
Sir, you have to go with it.
I'm not giving you it.
I gotta get over there.
All of us going.
We're all coming.
No problem, sir. Let's cooperate.
Yeah. Wait, let me go over and then you could come out.
Get a good shot of where we are.
Yeah.
Get a good shot of where we are.
This is where
and I'm bringing this
right?
This is where the warriors are housed.
So that persons could get a chance to see for themselves, what's taking place on the ground, This is not a conversation that persons are just talking, You get to see the MP out and about showing persons what's taking place with one of the greatest tragedies that we have ever had. And
this is
what's the charge? What's the charge? What is the charge? What charges you could possibly say that you're going to place on an MP, that you're going to hold him when you need every hand on deck to possibly help with this tragedy right now? It's crazy when we analyze it,
A natural way to stay ready, baby. 'Cause I'm ready for you, Mr. C.
The ultimate male supplement, men's total wellness formula, packed with essential nutrients for men's health.
She'll call you Mr. C.
100% wild-crafted sea moss. Only the best, 'cause you deserve nothing less. 8 Butterfly.
8 Butterfly Sea Moss Powder. Take your daily routine to the next level. Natural vegan superfood powder. Essential multivitamin powder made just for you.
Yeah. As we analyze some more that went down, so we could see, because remember, recently, probably even the day before, Mr. Mohamed is out and about, the opposition leader, Honorable Mr. Mohamed, out and about, helping out the best way he can to see how many persons can be rescued, how many people can be recovered to help with the closure with what's going on right here. And guess what? At that time, we showed the video right here. so persons can see for themselves and hear directly from those that are affected. At that time is when they went and did a search. Now look what's going on right here, Delta9 travelers. You could see for yourself. Let's see some more of this.
Like road there, we walked all the way through. We came, we skipped, we jumped on one boat, two boats, three boats, and Sherrod was sitting here. The drone was off. Come, pull us in for us, please. Joretta, why don't you come closer to the side?
Ready?
You
keep filming.
And state public servants in the form of police are being put. This is the use of the police right now. Of the police right now. It's state parliamentarians like criminals. But government will change.
Yes, I'm coming, sure.
You see there for yourself, Delta9 travelers. What are your views about that? What are your views about that? As we hear directly from the person who would have went out with the team, and big up yourself, uncle, experience on the water, right? And able to make the discovery of the location where this vessel would have went down. Let's hear right now.
So Harish, you and the other fishermen were the first people really to locate the MV Barima, the location where it sunk. Before you left yesterday morning, you told me that that's exactly what you were going to do.
Yeah, I tell you, my job is to find the boat and let the family know what happened, where the boat is. Well, I did my job yesterday. I went out and do it. And the boat, where it is within, outside of Dartmouth to better success, not High and Pond. That is false. We have the GPS location. And how we find this boat yesterday, we start from Hampton Court, go down straight to better success area. And I tell myself and my brother as the captain for drive, I trust him for drive for find this thing here. And my sister-in-law gave me so much of mind and courage. She said, Harish, I knew I could do it. And we gone. And when I was driving, going, I was search all over, and I see one little spot of isle. And I tell my brother, I said, turn back this boat and go to the isle. It's right there. When he turned back and gone, up on the spot, I noticed like I getting a different smell. Very, very wrong. I said, you know what? It's right here it is. Turn this boat and balance it here. After we balance it there a little bit, the water was slack up.
What do you mean?
The water was eased up. The current of the water was getting slack then. The low tide falling to wash in. We see a life jacket pop up just like on the under the water. Then we see barrel pop up. I said, you know what, is right here, there. And I was looking around to see, for get help with other boat and stuff, because it's 3 fishing boat gone. We branch off in different direction. And after we find it, we try to get communication back, but we try to call it Coast Guard and stuff. But till after 2 hours, then the Coast Guard reach. Right? Maybe them in 4 hours or whatever. Anyhow, we find the spot there. Lots of things start float out. What exactly happened after we start finding these things, I tell them, I said, take the spear hook and hook some of these things, that floating up, that you can get proof for send to the media and what's not, for sure that these things then coming up from here. Because when I was talking to minister, and they asked me how we sure, right? And then a little bit afterwards, hooking these things, I see the anchor line float, the molding line where they both have a yellow fat rope. I see that, so I tell them, hurry catch to it. My brother spin the boat and he got to the rope. When we hook the rope, we know it's the boat there. And by tying on it, and the breeze was so heavy, jockeying and jockeying, the boat moved actually within 3 to 4 rods. We both pull along the boat 3 to 4 rod because the GPS tracking I show you. And while you tie on it and jock it, bodies start float out. And after bodies start float out, the Coast Guard then come and we tell them, we say, watch, I gotta start pick up this body them. And so that's what we was doing yesterday. We wait till up to actually about 6:30 and it getting late and we say, here what we gotta go. We put signal on this thing, a Coast Guard boat tie on it, and I just communicate with them and tell me then they're out there whole night. And I asked them to see any more body, then say not as yet. Well, today they're gonna find them. But I hopefully they said a diver and other things going out there now. I hope that then dive and get this boat and tie it and pull it to shore. Why is them pulling this boat to shore? I sure that this body then will float out and them go pick them up. It could be risky for the diver them going, you know, just like that and dive. But then just strap it and pull it because the boat moving. Then get it tug, you will come down to shore a better success. And then go pump it out and then go get everything that was in there.
Is this the same area that you went the night before? Because again, you were the first to get out there that night when news came that the boat had capsized, and you alerted, in fact, the Coast Guard to the precise location where people were drifted. Was it the same location you went back to yesterday?
The location where we pick up the people them, rescue them, was more down. Why be more down is force of falling of the water, the current of the water. Maybe when they get in the lifeboat and stuff, the current of the water pull them wave move far. But after that boat sink, they'll remain back more this way. That's the same idea we use and go and find the boat in the area.
And you know this area well because that's where you and the others fish?
Yes, we know that area very well. On the first day, when we pick up this survival them, that's what we get when we is coming. We see the line of isle, and we tell the big Coast Guard boat, you know, we tell them hold to this direction and drive and go out there, and they will find it.
What can you tell me about the other men who helped you in the search yesterday?
Well, I gotta say thanks very much to this other fisherman them that will help search. Without them, we alone couldn't do it. You know, and I want to say thank you very much for come out and support as soon as we call and use the fisherman. I gotta say all the fisherman as a hero today to do that. You know, and most of all I must say thanks to my sister-in-law for giving me that mind and courage and tell me, Harish, you can do it. And we did it. I tell you.
I'm telling you. Big up to Uncle Harish and the whole team. And to everyone that would have came out and played their part, right? Unity is strength, power, right? I'm telling you, so many things going on in our beautiful country. We get a chance to hear directly from the person that made the discovery of the vessel. Right? Who is live with us in the chat? Ashmini is saying, when Granger was in power, they were begging for the public cooperation. Now the PPP is back. They become a rogue organization. I'm telling you. Keith, thanks for being a part of the live. Keith is saying good night, Delta9 Media. Big up yourself, Keith. Thanks for tuning in to the live presentation. Ashmini is saying, yes, the government will change for sure. Yeah. Change is a must. Nothing permanent except for the change, right? Carlisle is saying, I hope that the ambassador, Guyana, is heading in the right direction. I'm telling you, there's so much going on, Carlisle. Thanks for tuning in and for being a moderator on this live presentation. PA saying the watermark line is also called the load line as well as the Plimsoll line. Rasta Empress is saying things getting very dark in Guyana, right? Yeah, yeah. As we analyze what's really going on. Big up yourself, Clarence. Thanks for being a part of the live and for calling in and clarifying certain things so we could understand, because we reason that we understand exactly the points that you were making. You're saying the police will find a charge. I'm telling you. It's crazy when you suss it out, because we realized that they had a conversation that we were analyzing just recently. I know how many persons could remember. Remember Nurse King? All right. I just left the one right there because there's a next video and a whole lot of other conversations. Because if they're in custody right now, see a person highlighting, listen, they're going to find a charge. They're going to find a charge. It's crazy when you analyze it. I'm sure that the captain would have been relieved of duty because he's against supervision. Yeah, he might not get the opportunity. Greetings, you're on to Delta9 Media Live.
Yeah, so 117 the man was saying is correct, right? But they have the painting on the outside of that boat. The tree line is carried.
Yeah.
The bottom line is when the boat gets nowhere, you will see that line. When the boat gets a minimum of half the way that it's filled, it's going to go to the next line. And if the boat is full capacity and you can't see the third line, that means it's overweight.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah. So they got simple version and then they got numbered version.
Exactly.
Okay.
And that's what you were seeing there in that water. You couldn't see the paint. So that means it was fully overweight.
All right.
The boat is supposed to be so low on that channel. You understand?
Yeah, man.
And then another thing, they knock off these poor people at Harbour there. Why these people are not coming out and saying what they have to say? Because when they say that they don't want to carry certain things, the minister giving them the okay for the jack of all. Look at all the fuel over the set for the GDF them and for public works and all these things. No, the 2 barrel fuel for public works. Yeah? Look at these things over the set. They have to go. Look at them steel rod, them steel pipes. All these things have to go for public works. So these people need to come out, my brother, and say what they have to say, bro. Don't have this thing like that. Because this is why they're not confused the rest of people. They don't get to talk when they wanted to talk. They wanted to dumb them. They want to put a gap on them. A gap. That is what it is, bro. And Guyanese people, I see another thing what they're trying to do. They want to start corruption in Guyana, You see why they're locking up people?
Yeah.
You see why they bought Mohamed and that kind of thing? Imagine they're going to people on the ground. Was doing work and they're locking them up, they're disrespecting them. Just imagine this, and they're telling they have this. You see what's going on, brother? They want to cause a disturbances, and they got to do.
I think persons gotta move. I think persons gotta move. Real thing, bro. I think persons gotta move beyond any form of emotional response. When I see people probing you for going a certain direction, No, we gotta move, we gotta use restraint and we gotta use wisdom because ultimately the power is in the hands of the people to make sure that the right persons are in these positions of power, right? Ultimately, that's the case.
I must give my respect to Nourish because I see we had a full crew of mixed people there. And I must give them that plan of getting that among the people, but we needed to see more people.
Yeah.
We needed was to see a lot more of those operators in that area. Because when you go in that area, bro, it's hundreds and hundreds of boats you've seen in those areas.
Yeah.
Not only 6 or 7. It's hundreds, like every family owns 2 or 3 boats there, bro.
Telling you.
But this one, big up yourself, man.
Yeah, man. Big up yourself, Dion. Thanks for calling in. You see, so persons are saying, listen, come out, send out the persons, provide the fuel, and let them comb the area because they got hundreds of vessels in that vicinity. The flight would have landed right here on Delta9 Media, Delta9 Travelers. I want to say big up to all the persons that was a part of this live, the persons that called in, to every person that is first time with us. Subscribe, it costs you nothing, but it will keep you connected with everything trending in Guyana and in the diaspora. If you haven't thumbs up the live yet, hit the thumbs up button, buddy. Hit the thumbs up button and stay connected with everything trending in Guyana and in the diaspora. One love to all our moderators, to everyone that took time out to call in, to all the persons that are traveling with us right now, the frequent travelers. Big up yourself every single time. Ash Mini, Audrey, thanks for tuning in and being a part of the live. Patrick, big up yourself. Thanks for being a part of the live. Marcia, thanks for being a part of the live. Rasta Empress, moderation, thanks for being a part of the live. Hysen, channel member. And if you would like to become a channel member as well, the barcode is on the screen. These are our other YouTube channels right here if you would like to connect with us on different platforms. Delta9 Media No Filter is a platform that we are building up right now. So subscribe and be a part of the early parts of this platform right here, because when we come to a certain amount of subscriptions, we will be making sure that we update you with a number of different kinds of content every single time right here on Delta9 Media, Delta9 Media No Filter. Then we have the Gnosis Focus channel as well that you can be a part of. Big up to everyone that is in the live right now and everyone that's going to catch this one in the rewind in the future. And if you're looking to connect with us on WhatsApp, then definitely that's the code right there for the WhatsApp so that you can be a part of the WhatsApp group. So much going on in that group as well. Big up to all the frequent travelers, all the channel members, and everyone. One love. I'll see you in the next one.